Lillian answered Arfs. Well, when you snapped that time, you transformed into a huge serpent. Your entire lower body turned into a long white snake, but your upper body stayed the same. You wrapped yourself around Orion and tried to squeeze him to death, but he turned into smoke and slipped out of your grip. Then you went completely bazooka chasing him down. So he transformed his whole body into smoke, except for his head, and rose to your level. At that moment, JS started playing his instrument. Every time you tried to get Orion under your sharp fangs, he moved to the opposite direction swiftly and elegantly. Eventually, you synced with Orion's movements and the music surrounding you. Your strikes turned into beautiful motions, graceful and swift. You ended it by circling around each other in a dance filled with harmony. Then you both landed on the ground, and that's when you shifted back into your Asuras form and lost consciousness. The end. She said it all in one breath, summarizing what had happened as if it were just a story she witnessed. But to Arfs, it wasn't just a story. It was something personal, something tied to who he was. He hated that he couldn't remember it, and he felt a sting of embarrassment, especially knowing Orion saw him like that. He didn't say a word, but shame and discomfort were erupting inside him. Orion sensed the tension and didn't want to linger on the topic. "Do you think Banch will come today to give us the second task?" he asked. JS, who noticed every detail around him, replied calmly. "Banch is not stable. I don't know why the Divines use him as a messenger. He clearly has some unexplained grudge against us. He's biased, as far as I'm concerned." Orion stood. It's almost afternoon, and still no word from the Divines. Should we go back to the place where we first met Banch? The one where he gave us the first task? They all agreed and headed that way. JS, Orion, and Lillian walked together, while Arfs walked alone behind them, lost, confused, and disturbed by the eternal contract dance. He secretly wished he could slip away to clear his mind, but he had no choice except to follow. Orion slowed his steps. "Walk with us. Nothing should happen to you without us knowing." Arfs reluctantly joined them. No one was there when they reached the meeting place. They decided to rest for a moment, until suddenly they heard footsteps approaching. They stood up immediately, ready to fight. But Orion said, listening carefully, "Whoever is coming, walk steadily, and Banch isn't among them." A few minutes later, 3 beings emerged. Tension filled the air. Orion instinctively pushed Arfs and JS behind him, so they would have space to react if things turned violent. Lillian's power sharpened, ready to be released. One being stood in front, clearly the superior. The 2 behind him wore black hooded robes, covering their heads and bodies like monks. One held a tall staff with a golden bell, hanging from a long rope at its top. But the being in front was different. He had long white hair, even longer than Arfs, and a tall, perfectly shaped body. His eyes were each split in half, top half blue, bottom half green. He wore slim black pants and a long black jacket. On each side of his head rested a black butterfly. His lips were strikingly red. He spoke coldly, without emotion. "Congratulations on passing the first task. I am here to read you your second task. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Divine 1010, and these are my 2 loyal companions." The robed beings lifted their heads. Each had the number 10 tattooed into their foreheads. 1010 continued. "Are you ready to hear your second task?" Orion glanced at Lillian, who nodded. "We are ready," he replied. JS and Arfs stepped beside them. JS studied Divine 1010 carefully. He was nothing like Bench. 1010 was truly divine, emotionless, unreadable. His face reflected nothing. He looked at them as if he knew them deeply, yet also as if he had never seen them before. He didn't smile, didn't frown, didn't provoke them, and didn't seem interested in testing their nerves as Banch had. But JS struggled to sense his power. Banch radiated danger. This one did not. And that made him even harder to understand.